On these summaries issues, as I said and explained myself, okay. That is, let's say this is a big case actually. Of course, since this is East Africa involved. Okay, as I said, East Africa involved. So in 2003, if you see there on the other rebel issues, they said there 2003, they fought before, and then before that, if you look, Congo is where in Kenya, Uganda is where in Kenya, and Sudan is where in Kenya, Somalia is where in Kenya, Ethiopia is where in Kenya. Okay, so all these countries they have attached issues, and then there is a war there, right? So if you see there's a war there, and then that could be the related issues, and then to now, for Sudan, they said this is divisions issues. And then if it's division issues, of course, the tensions went viral, the issues went viral of Sudan, okay, of these two countries, the Juba area went viral, the issue there, the fake map went viral, okay? So it affected all the world. Even the white people know that that is a different country, is no longer Sudan. And it affected the Sudan economy, and it affected East African economies. Okay, if the economy is based on those layout, that's, let's say this is your store display. You started your business, and then your store displays indicated you have a merchandise which you lay out, and then customers recognize your merchandise, the importance of your merchandise, what you import and what you export for your retail purposes. And then if that is what Sudan is retailing to Uganda or Kenya, and then to DRC, and then what shall the differences be there? That's why if you see there, it affected the map shape, and then the people shape. That's why if you see there, Kagame is affected, the president of Kenya is affected, the president of Uganda is affected because of that issue, and then the president of DRC is affected because of that issue there, and then president of Ethiopia is affected because of that issue there. And then if we talk of Central Africa is affected. And then if you see Sudan, Sudan is not affected, but this guy here is a fake map, and is the one doesn't know, is not educated enough, and then the thinking he put himself as a map, and then that defeated everybody, and he become a talented. That's all their gossip is about, and then their gossip issue is about, and is fake, and all fake. If you try that decision is a week, you can beat it, and then they can go quiet, never gonna turn back and talk to you again. If one time they see you, they will dodge, even they will dodge all this street. You will walk it away alone as a Sudanese. That's why the guy is what? Is not true. It's all lie. Because that is a tumor of issues. And then they're claiming they're 100% Sudanese to get it, just the money from Sudan, or to get just the money from whoever want to manipulate people head that they are this. That is what rebel activities which is involved there. And if you see there, and if these rebels they contributed, they are stronger than the government. We try to differentiate. Is government is an example. They provide this example by speech, their government. And if they apply a weapon toward the rebels, they know they cannot be exchanged for something which is weak. If any nation or any of them try, or their fellow citizens try to embezzle them, and then they configure that they are rebel, and then they reform themselves, both sides they reformed, and then they come together. Either they leave the post to them to lead the country as a copyright, and then they will do so. If no, they cannot. That's what the government is trying to example for them, this nature, and then they refuse it. This is the differences there, if you get it very clear. Otherwise, expansion is a necessity, as we said from day one. Okay, so now the criteria is like this. This is Mugabe, and if Mugabe and UN and Yoweri Museveni, they said they are government examples. They are providing example by speech. And then why shall you be an obstacle as a rebel of this Sudan in the Juba area, and then of this eastern DRC Congo, where do you put the east of this DRC, which is the east Equatoria? Where do you put it as this Juba of your source? Where do you bring your source to east? You see the confusions. The DRC people, they don't speak English very good enough like us. The Equatorian people or the Sudanese people or the Ugandan people or the Kenyan people, they don't speak very much. They speak only French. Okay? This is the differences there. Those guys, they speak only French, the Congolese. You see the differences? So if they do so, what they register is, they are saying, because Congo is where? Is west of East Equatoria, which is West Sudan, or Equatoria West or Equatoria East. Okay, that's DRC, which has been trained to the French. That's all this area is. And if this area now become the source, doesn't really comply to these Equatorian people and doesn't comply to this Sudan government, this is Sudan. We won't recognize that. In all the phases and in all the do's, and then in all the capacities we cannot recognize unless we recognize is this one. This is Equatoria, which is west, where they are running the DRC war, which they're claiming to create another east in the DRC. If this guy of this source will come and configure himself, because he's already configured in DRC as a what? As a citizen of DRC, and he's in a French country. If you're a French country, tomorrow someone will catch you there. You're a DRC, and then sitting with the same guy in the same classrooms. You sit well. You did the exams. You finish. Everyone has their jobs. They are doing their jobs. But at the end of those jobs, you will come and create your scheme of work or your syllabus, and then which will read now your DRC East. You see there, doesn't really comply to the to the area you cut, because you created just a straight line from this area of Uganda to where to Tanzania to wherever Rwanda, Burundi is concerned. You don't care. You want all that budget to where? To be dosed to you here in Uganda, and then you can embezzle it. How possible? So let's be as human. That's why if you look on the specifically on that map, we create what? We create the area which actually deals and which actually connect this one. This is the Sudan. Okay, Sudan in where? In Juba, and then Sudan in Uganda, and then which as the Sudan in Uganda, and Sudan in DRC, and then Sudan in Central Africa, and then Sudan in where? In Kenya, and then Sudan in Ethiopia, as much as it concerns, and which is Libya as a one Sudan, with no divisions, to remove what? To remove this fake map, which is the South Sudan. That's all the means we mean here. If you did not get it from the other emphasis which we issued previously, these emphases, they are well back down there. You can check it very thoroughly, and then check it again, and then check it again, and then check it again, and then come and get the differences between these areas, how we negotiate it. And we show you also the map with our iPhone here. I hold you for yourself iPhone or phone here, and then which indicated some of those areas we are tackling here within our banking systems or within our office here. So I tackled for you some of those areas. I think most of them you are very aware, because our systems doesn't recognize some of the areas which we already talk about, because we are handling a version which is different from the rest of other YouTubers. We don't deal specifically like those other YouTubers that kind of grab these chapters and then grab this chapter, all mix them here together. We don't do that because we are in the what? In the shape of an office. This is office versions which we are producing here. Vis-a-vis otherwise, that is by me, Wayne Hassan, as is it on.